Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Thursday, the 30th of January, 2025. What's going on? It is all action today. Things are happening. Some things have already happened. Things are in the works. The transfer window has exploded. And let's just get into it. If you don't know, things are happening. This is from londonnewsonline.co.uk. It's the South London Press's website. Mill agreed fee for Wolves midfielder Luke Cundle. Mentioned this before, a couple of weeks ago. Finally happening now. Obviously, the transfer window closes on the 3rd. Which would be, Monday? So on Monday, the transfer window closes. So this was we first found out about this 2 weeks ago. And then, what are we, 4 days away? 4 days before the transfer window closes. The deal's agreed. It's moving forward. Mill have agreed a fee with Wolverhampton Wanderers for attacking midfielder Luke Cundle. The 22-year-old is now set to hold talks to the Lions over a permanent move to South London. Cundle came through the youth setup at Wolves after previously being a junior at Burnley. He had loans at 3 Championship clubs, Swansea, Plymouth and Stoke in recent campaigns. Cundle made his Premier League debut for his parent club in January 2022, a 3-1 win over Southampton. He featured 6 times in all competitions, 4 of them in the top flight in the tail end of that campaign. Cundle started the previous season with Plymouth, but then followed boss Stephen Shoemaker to Stoke in the January transfer window. Shoemaker, talking at the time that he was reunited with the players, said, he's a sort of connector, even for he's a small, he competes, even though he's small, he competes really well and he's not scared of putting his foot in. He links defences to attack really well. He's very creative and he's played in the Championship before and his stats and data has improved in the first 6 months of the season. He's a bit of an all-rounder. He's got an eye for goal and he can get you into good possessions and he can do a little bit of everything. He's intelligent and he's got good football knowledge. So the words of Stephen Shoemaker on Luke Cundle. So, who is this guy? Well, I told you about him 2 weeks ago. So where were you then? So if you want to know, go back to this video, which is titled Mill linked with 22-year-old Premier League midfielder. And you can get that on YouTube or you can get that on Spotify. It's 2 weeks ago. So when would that be? Probably around the 16th or the 17th of January, there or thereabouts. And from about the 5th minute in, 3rd or 4th minute in, you'll find it there and you can have a look at that. And obviously, hasn't been announced yet, hasn't been officially confirmed, just that. But this is from Richard Corley of the South London Press that we have agreed a fee. Does it say here? The fee, we're seeing on X that the fee is believed to be £1 million. So, which is a lot of money because I think his contract is up at the end of the season. Although, we would have to pay compensation anyway if he came on a free. But, that is a lot of money. But obviously, we're going to get the Romain SA money. We're going to get the Zion Fleming money. So, it looks like it looks like we're doing something. It looks like we're stepping up. We're doing things. What's going on? So obviously this guy is quality. He's ready to go. Someone who the geezer whose head you can't see, because the new website, they haven't figured out how to put photographs of the headings yet. We signed some random 18-year-old from Middlesbrough, which just out of nowhere, whoa, and this one's done and dusted, sealed. You can see this is from millfc.co.uk. So we've already had one bid accepted, confirmed. The medical is happening today. May be happening tonight. Obviously, I tried to wait to see. I didn't think they would making an announcement past 10 o'clock. They don't normally do that kind of thing. Well, they did on transfer deadline day with Ivanovic, but obviously they haven't announced Cundle yet. I think maybe they might announce him tomorrow. But man, yeah. So we got Millwall announced Ajay Matthews signing. What? So who is that? Who is he? Millwall Football Club is delighted to announce the signing of Ajay Matthews. The 18-year-old attacker joins Alliance from Middlesbrough on a long-term contract for an undisclosed fee and becomes the club's third signing of the January transfer window. Born in Middlesbrough in 2006, AJ rose through the ranks on Teesside and scored 7 goals in 14 appearances for the Borough's under-18s in 22-23 season. The forward, who has represented England at under-17s level, made first-team appearances for the Riverside Stadium outfit in 23-24 and scored 9 goals, providing 5 assists across the under-18s and the Premier League too. Right, so there he is. Obviously, he's a modern 18-year-old, so he's got the what they call pejoratively the broccoli haircut. But there he is. He's signed, sealed and delivered. I mean, what is happening? What is happening? This is insane. Oh, we're delighted to welcome an exciting talent in AJ Matthews to the club, said Director of Football Steve Gallen. As England Youth International, he has been playing for Middlesbrough under 21s, and we see this as a very good signing for our football club. AJ's an old-fashioned centre forward who we've identified as having a number of positive attributes already for his young age. His pressing, aerial threat, and a desire to have the ball 2 feet is impressive, and most importantly, he loves to score goals. He's only 18 years old, so we'll have to be patient and protect the expectations around him. He will be out there training with the first team every day, which will be key in his development. We will look forward to seeing the impact he can make in the future. So, man, I mean, what the hell is going on? And I can tell you from the social media posts that I've seen, the Middlesbrough fans are really pissed off about this. They are absolutely spitting feathers that, they want, obviously, they're like us, they want the youth players to come through. They want the youth players in the first team. They want a local connection to the club. Because obviously Middlesbrough, they're buying players here, there and everywhere. Back in the day, they went a bit crazy with like Ravanelli and Janino and shit like that, which ended up getting them relegated to where they are now, But they want the local player to come through. And they were looking at this lad scoring the goals in the under-21s and thinking, oh, well, here we go, we've got one here. And they've woken up today and he's gone to Millwall, apparently on a 4.5-year contract. Like, what the fuck is going on? Random. So who is this guy then? Who is he? Well, I've got his Wikipedia up. Obviously, Wikipedia can be edited by a lot of people, so I don't believe what it is. So apparently his mother is Americano. She's American. Obviously that's there, so, if he wants to play for America and they want him to play for them, he can. He was born in Middlesbrough, though. It says he joined Middlesbrough at under 9s. So he joined Middlesbrough as an 8-year-old. And at 10 years later, at the age of 18, he suddenly goes, you know what I want to do? I want to go and join Millwall. Like, what? What is this? How? Like, this is insane that we're a step up from Middlesbrough. Now, you can see, so what's happened here? So, you know what? Maybe it's a situation where, they've got him involved in the first team just to get him to sign that contract. And then, after that, the promises that they made him, they didn't keep. But no, because ahead of last season, so way back to June and July, he signed his first professional 2-year contract in June 2023. Yeah. And he was involved in the first team for pre-season friendlies, and he scored in a couple of them. And then last year in April, he made his first team debut, coming as a sub in a 4-3 home defeat to Leeds United. And the debut came amongst rumours linking him to a number of top European clubs for the upcoming summer transfer window. So obviously, I think he's like going like, I want to play, like get me involved in the first team. And they're probably holding him back, and he's like, and he's decided, look, I'm sick of this, like he wants to progress. And despite the fact that he was at Middlesbrough for 10 years, he's decided like they're blocking him, they're getting in his way, they're not helping him move forward, and he's like, fuck it, we're going to Millwall. Come on, lads, we're going down south. He's played for England under 17s 3 games. He's played for England under 18s 2 games, and he's scored in one of them. So yeah, let's have a look and see what we're doing. So this is from fbref.com. They don't even have a picture of him. So 18 years old and 233 days. So yeah, you can see, so 22-23, they've got him in playing 26 minutes in Premier League Division 2, which is the youth or the reserves of the Premier League. 2 times in the Championship. So, like they said, he was involved in 2 Championship games, but 13 minutes coming as a sub, and it looks like he didn't really do anything. Because these are Championship games, we should have the stats, and we can't really see anything in that. And then last season as well, while he was in playing those Championship games, involved in the Premier League 2, played in 12 games, 6 starts, 720 minutes, scored 4 goals, 2 assists, but 2 of those goals were penalty kicks. So, the goal stats, when you got penalty kicks involved, it kind of bumps up your numbers. Now Premier League 2. Now this is another thing that might be a problem for him. So this season, Premier League 2 for Middlesbrough. So he hasn't featured at all for the first team at all, as far as I can tell. The Premier League, their team in Premier League 2 are 24th in the league. So he's probably, the youth team that he's involved in, the reserve team, is not doing well in the Premier League 2. And he's thinking, like, what am I doing here? I'm going backwards. Maybe, maybe that's the thing. So this season, in that Premier League 2 competition, he's been involved in 8 games, 5 starts, 540 minutes so far, 5 goals, and 2 of those were penalty kicks. So, he's kept up his numbers in a team that's doing worse, which is interesting. So there you go. And so there's that. Have we got anything else down here? What have we got? So this is, what is this passing to? The only thing he did in the Championship games was 2 passes that he got 100% accuracy on. 2 dead balls. Really? Okay. He has not really. He had 13 minutes on the pitch. He touched the ball 4 times. Had 2 passes. So, there's not a lot going on there. So you can see here, even though he was on the pitch for, this says 11 minutes, 6.02 rating. So, not a lot going on. Now, as we've mentioned, England under 18 player. And where are we? We are here. So last season, at the end of the last season, so like I say, he made his debut coming off the bench in the Championship for Middlesbrough in April 2024. In May 2024, he's called up to the England under-18s. He's here, Ajay Matthews, for a tournament, Tri-Nation tournament, friendly tournament, involving England, Northern Ireland and Morocco that was held at St George's Park. 2 games for England against Northern Ireland. Matthews comes on as a sub and scores a goal in a 4-2 win. And against Morocco, 4 days later, he starts the game, he plays the whole match, and he didn't score. So there's that. Next season, he's not involved in any of these games. Now, maybe he aged out of it. Maybe he's too old to be featured for the under-18s. Maybe. But then, if we look at the under-19s for this season, he's not involved here at all. So he's not getting called up for England. So another thing, he's like, last season, I was involved in the Championship a couple of times. This season, Middlesbrough reserve team is at the bottom in the Premier League too. I'm not being involved in the first team squad. I'm not getting called up for England. My career is going backwards fast. I need to do something. And he did something. He came to Millwall. He's joined Millwall. But I mean, this is a step up. So you got some big names here. You got Nwaneri, you got Lewis Skelly, Achiampong, Tyreek George of Chelsea. Is it Mickey Moore of? I think he's at Spurs. There's some big players at England under 19 level. This is a couple of friendly tournaments, and then they got a qualifying. They got the UEFA under 19s, and they went to Bulgaria. They beat Lithuania. They beat Bulgaria in front of obviously a home crowd, and they drew 0-0 with Belgium. So some big names here, players that are playing in the Premier League. So I mean, wow. So what a signing! What a signing! Now that's not the only one. So like we said, let's recap. Luke Cundle, fee agreed, medical apparently being held today. Obviously, if we've passed it, you assume they start working on the paperwork, get it signed tomorrow, get the deal done, and they might announce it tomorrow. We've signed Ajay Matthews, signed, sealed, delivered. He's there. He's done. Another one. And another one. This man, Anfernee Dijksteel. Can you stop sniggering at the back? Dijksteel. It's probably Dyke. Let's say Dijksteel. Don't say Dijksteel or Steel Dick. You know. Let's not go there. You know. Let's not get in the gutter. Mill make loan move for Middlesbrough's Anfernee Dijksteel. So this is from the South London Press, londonnewsonline.co.uk, from Richard Gawley again. So you know it's gold plated and it's an exclusive. Mill have made an approach to take Middlesbrough's Anfernee Dijksteel on loan. The Teessiders are believed to be ready to listen to offers for the 28-year-old who is set to be out of contract in the summer. Dijksteel was at Charlton Fleck at the same time as Steve Gallen, who is now Director of Football at the Lions. Gallen was in the same kind of role with the Alex when the Netherlands-born right-back was sold to Borough in 2019. Millwall are not the only club interested in Dijksteel, who was signed by Charlton in January 2016 after impressing in a friendly while representing Nike Academy. Dijksteel was part of the Alex squad, which won the League One playoffs in 2019, but the South Londoners accepted a bid early into the following championship campaign from Middlesbrough. Mill has seen Ryan Leonard and Danny McNamara both ruled out due to injury. The latter has suffered a serious knee injury, which will require surgery. So he is a right back. Did they mention that here? No, but obviously they mentioned at the end. He's a right. Oh, yeah, he's a right. Netherlands-born right back. Netherlands-born, but he is of Suriname descent. Suriname, you know Suriname. So we had a player, Surinamese Surinamese player before. His name was Etienne Verveer. So we'll see about that if we get our second one. Can't be many clubs in the league that have had 2 players from Suriname playing for them. But here we go. So apparently, the situation with this, so they're ready to listen to offers because these contracts are going to be up in the summer, and you would assume that they're going to let him go. But they want to sign a replacement apparently. So again, this guy is from Middlesbrough. Josh Coburn is from Middlesbrough, is he not? Or is he Sunderland? No, he's Middlesbrough, isn't he? So what? We're literally plundering Middlesbrough. Ajay Matthews, we signed him from Middlesbrough. So I mean, man, what is happening? So let's have a look. So this is whoscored.com. It's Middlesbrough pages, and you can see this guy is playing games. Anfernee Dijksteel. He's played 1,281 minutes. He started 13 games, been a sub in 5. So he's playing. He's got a rating on whoscored.com of 6.76 this season, which is the 9th best of the Middlesbrough squad. You know, so he ain't no dummy. He's got 1 man of the match. He scored 1 goal, got 1 assist, 2 yellow cards. So if we go through, like, he's a defender, so what has he done defensively? If we can find him, where is he? Where is he? Is he gone? Where's he at? So tackles per game, average 2.2. Number second for Middlesbrough. Interceptions 0.8, so 8th in the list. Clearances per game 1.7 average, number 6 in the list. Blocks number 6, 0.4 per game. Offensively, does he do any offensive work? Shots per game, key passes per game, dribbles per game 0.9. That's, you know, so he can bring the ball forward. Okay. What else have we got? Passing wise, where are we at here? 1 assist, 0.4 key passes per game, average passes per game of 43, passing success percentage of 85.6, and 0.7 long balls per game. So he's ready to go. But then, you know, we've got Kramer, so is he going to, obviously, the fact that he started 13 games, but obviously, I think they've had 28. So add the 5 sub appearances, that's 18. So there's probably some games where he was just maybe on the bench, and so maybe he's happy to sit on the bench as well. I don't know, but obviously, if it's a loan, I mean, man, this is, again, this is a good signing. This looks to be a good signing. So this is him here. He's 28 years old, so, you know, this is a loan, though. The players we're trying to sign permanently, and we have signed permanently, 18-year-old, 23-year-old Luke Cundle. You know, other players. He's 28. It's a loan. Okay, and he's filling a role that we need because 2 of our right backs are injured at the same time. What's that about? So, like I said, this season, as a right back, he is 7.11. 14 appearances, 2 goals, 1 assist. That is pretty decent. I mean, that's bloody good. That's bloody fat. That's average, 7.11. So there's some games where he's been above that, some where he's been below that. These are his games this season, or so far the latest matches. Against Burnley in December, scored a goal in a 1-1 draw, 8.24. Against Leeds, not too good, 5.85, but, you know, mid-6s generally. Mid-6s and above. He played against Millwall in that 1-0 win on the 14th of December. got booked, but he only played 68 minutes. So that suggests that he probably started and then came off. Got a rating of 6.18. So, I mean, wow. And if we look at his history, obviously he was at Charlton, and Middlesbrough, and then again, he's been pretty consistent here. The seasons that he's been at Middlesbrough, started 2,530 minutes, rating of 6.76, and then the next season more minutes, 2,967, 6.77 rating. The year after that, not so much. 22-23, 10 starts, 11 sub appearances, 970 minutes. So his minutes went down, 6.33. Not too good. And then the season after that, 23-24, 739 minutes, 8 starts, 12 sub appearances, 6.24. And then the season now, this season, he's back with a vengeance. Now, is he trying to get a new contract? Trying to sign somewhere else? So, 13 starts, 5 sub appearances, 1,281 minutes. Scored a goal. Looks like his first goal. Must have enjoyed that. Obviously, scored in the League Cup as well here. So he scored 2 goals this season. 1 in the league, 1 in the League Cup. Are they playing him more like further forward? Can he do more than one role? Maybe, if he can play it right back and then maybe somewhere else, maybe right wing. Maybe that's going to be a plus in his box. So, man, I mean, so October. So he's going to be 29 in October. Okay. But I mean, so here we go. Anfernee Dijksteel. Man, I'm liking the sound of this. Luke Cundle, Ajay Matthews, Anfernee Dijksteel, Tristan Crammer, Aaron Connolly. I mean, man, we're cooking. Well, I say we, I mean Steve Gallen, the club. Whoever the people at the club are doing this. This is infinitely better than what we've been subjected to before. Oliver Berg signed, gone back again, come back again. Vogelsammer. And what I would say is, you would imagine that this may spell not an immediate end, but obviously an end in the summer. So maybe, players like Duncan Moore and George Honeyman. Can't see them getting new contracts now. If we can go out and sign players like this, and sadly as well, I mean, I've mentioned this in the summer when the club, the club let a lot of under 21s go, but they were they were getting at the age where they're 21, and it's time to sign them or let them go. But they also let a lot of under 18s go. Even ones that were playing well, I've seen them playing in the FA Youth Cup. They were playing well. I'm like, why did they let them go? But then it's there's a stand. You don't get automatically moved up to the next level. There's a standard, and the club can go out into the marketplace, into the world of football, and bring in players that have been released by Premier League teams and bring them into the under 21s. So if you're a Millwall under 18, just because you're the best player in Millwall under 18s, if you're not good enough, they won't take you into the under 21s. Because if you're not better than what they can get out there, they're not just going to move you up. That's not how it works anymore. There's a standard that has to be met. And so it looks like, again, sadly, maybe players like Tom Leahy. I mean, he was on the bench the other day. He's been out on loan at Woking, did okay, there or thereabouts. I mean, is this his last season here? Because if we're signing this Ajay Matthews, we've got Ivanovic. I mean, it looks like younger, maybe better players have come in. So are they going to let Tom Lee go? Because ideally, what you would want, and this happened with, I think, Aidan O'Brien, is that when you do loan them out to conference teams, that they set the world on fire. Not just that, they do okay. They're literally the best, clearly the best player on the pitch. There's no doubt about it. And that happened. Aidan O'Brien went to Torquay United. He scored a few goals. Other players as well. It's clear. It's like, yeah. If you are good enough for League One or the Championship, when you go on loan to the conference, you need to be smashing it. And it's not good enough to be doing okay. And we've seen that with like Chinockley. I think Tom Leahy. Shamal Lawson as well. I think when you go out on loan, you've got to do the things. You've got to do the things, and you need to show the people back at Millwall like, oi, he's doing the things. So maybe consider him for the first team. And it's not like that there's no way to go through. You see with Ivanovic, you see with Bangor Williams, you've seen with SA. If you do the things in the under 21 games or when you go out on loan, you'll get moved into the first team. So this is obviously only one of them has been confirmed. We assume the other one is moving forward. It's a fee agreed and a medical, but obviously there's wage demands. He's got other clubs looking at him, so we don't know what's happening there. Maybe someone else comes in with a bid that's more than ours, and then Wolves accept it, and then he goes to talk to them, and then he does a medical there. It's until it's done and dusted. You can't count your chickens until they hatch. So we wait to see. But tomorrow, I think tomorrow is going to be a big day. Certainly, over the weekend, because obviously we've got Saturday and Sunday. We've got the weekend. We've got game on Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday at 11 p.m. the window closes. So if you want to get the deals done by that time, you've got to get them rolling now. And that looks like what's happening now. So this is brilliant. So that's the transfer stuff that popped up today out of nowhere. Now we've got some more post-match stuff. We got this from the South London Press, londonnewsonline.co.uk. The talking points from Portsmouth 0, Millwall 1. Tanganga stats underline his rock-like status as Neil finds a way to win without key personnel. Mill made it back-to-back championship wins for the first time since early November as Milo Ivanovic's 40th minute goal earned a 1-0 victory at Portsmouth on Tuesday. Here are Richard Corley's talking points from the championship encounter. 6 of the best. Mill heading to tomorrow's home dart tomorrow. I think this is supposed to be published in Friday's paper copy of the South London Press, which is available in all local shops. Pick up a copy if you see it. So we're just getting a preview of it the day before. But crucially is another number 6, which has made the league table far more pleasant viewing. That is how many points Alex Neil's side have taken off of Luton and Portsmouth, both in serious peril of dropping into League One, to move themselves 10 points clear of the bottom 3. Millwall only won once on the road in the Championship at Swansea in late October prior to their 2 most recent fixtures, but their away form has not been terrible by any stretch. They are now unbeaten in 4 matches on the road and have lost 4 out of 15 with 7 draws. Fratton Park has been a recent happy hunting ground for the Lions. They won 1-0 there in the FL Cup in August, and this time ended Portsmouth's impressive 7-game unbeaten run, which included 6 victories. Pompey had lost just 2 of their last 19 home league matches against Millwall, winning 10 before Tuesday's fixture. Mihailo Magic. Mills splashed a club record fee for Ivanovic at the end of August, and their youngster has already started paying back on that outlay. The 20-year-old has 5 goals, and he's 4 in the championship, all been vital in terms of points. There have been 3 have been the only goals in matches, and the other, a composed finish against Derby County at the Den, made it a 1-1. Without Ivanovic's scoring contributions, then Millwall would be 10 points worse off, putting them level, pegging with 22nd placed Derby County. Oh my goodness. It's been a good week for the Serbian international. He struck superbly from the edge of the box in Saturday's 1-0 win at Luton Town, and then showed his composure in key moments to dink the ball beyond Portsmouth keeper Nicholas Smith. He still had plenty to do after Rahis Bangor Williams slipped him in following a sharp 1-2 with Kasper Denor. Ivanovic only had 18 touches compared to the 39 against Luton when he linked the play so well, but no one will complain when he supplied that end product. Tanganga a steal. Millwall were ultra resilient defensively to frustrate a Portsmouth side who ramped up pressure in the second half, and while it seems a bit unfair to single out one player from an assured and determined backline, I'm still going to do it. There must be plenty of clubs at this level who are ruining the fact that they did not move for Japhet Tanganga when he was released by Tottenham in the summer. Perhaps some of them were concerned about his injury history. If so, that has been their loss and Mill's massive gain. Tanganga was a rock during his loan with the South Londoners for the second half of the last campaign and has seamlessly carried that on. Tanganga produced 15 clearances. I told you about this. This is from the stats video yesterday. Tanganga produced 15 clearances at Portsmouth for Tristan Crammer 13 and Jake Cooper 9 in the next most. For context, the whole Portsmouth team had 19. He also led the way for aerial duels, 1. That's aerial duels 1. Cooper out just one behind that total with 7. Losing attacker Romain Esse to Crystal Palace in the transfer window was a big blow, but arguably Tanganga's absence would be most keenly felt. Millwall could face a real battle to retain his services in the longer term. He looks too good to be staying at this level. Yes indeed. I mean, he's player of the season already. He's player of the season. No doubt about it. No doubt about it at all. Neil finds a way. Mill's head coach has had to contend with major injury lists and deserves credit for finding a way to still get results in a crunch sequence of matches. The Lions had 7 first-teamers absent at Portsmouth. They were Lucas Jensen, Ryan Leonard, Danny McNamara, Callum Scanlon, Femi Aziz, Josh Coburn and Adomu Imaku. Liverpool only Scanlon has suffered a grade 3 hamstring injury, which could mean that his season's over. Neil has found a way to work around squad shortcomings, including fielding Tristan Crammer at right back. The Frenchman, signed from Brentford recently, had his hands full with Josh Murphy, Portsmouth's best attacking outlet, but manfully stuck to the task. Normally a centre-back, Crammer made the most passes, 41 of any Millwall player. Next was goalkeeper Liam Roberts with 33. The Lions really struggled to retain possession, but know a thing or two about defending a lead. Their last 7 wins in the Championship have all been by a 1-0 scoreline. The only league victory in which they've conceded this season was the 3-1 result over Preston, and the clean sheet was only wiped then in the 87th minute by Jordan Storey. He underlines how the first goal was huge for Millwall. Quite often they can grind over the line. Indeed. So there you go. Richard Corley's takeaways. Now, moving on to this. Interview with Joe Bryan from the Southwark News, which published on a Thursday. So if you see that out in the wild, pick up a copy. Joe Bryan says Millwall are growing in confidence and praises incredibly thorough Alex Neil. Joe Bryan said Millwall are growing in confidence after winning consecutive games, the first time they've done so since early November. The Lions were winless in their past 6 league games ahead of their trip to Luton Town last Saturday and were in danger of getting dragged into a relegation dogfight. Instead, they secured 2-1-0 away victories against Luton and Portsmouth and are now 10 points above the relegation zone in 14th. Oh, I think you'll probably say that we were defensively superb for the last 2 games, Bryan said after Mill's win at Fratton Park. We had a game plan and we executed it tonight in the last game, so I'm very pleased. I'm pleased for Liam, coming in, obviously, with Lucas not being right and getting a clean sheet. I think it's very difficult for a keeper, to come off the bench and go into that environment like Fratton Park, where they're going to go hell for leather and come at you. We're growing in confidence, we put a few results together now, and I think you even look at the Cardiff game, although the last 2 minutes were disappointing of each half, we're slowly building some momentum and showing that we're growing and learning and becoming, and I hope, a well-coached and organised defensive and offensive team. We've had a very tough run of games, in terms of results, and the atmosphere felt a little bit on edge, but we've held on there in the last 2 games and we picked up some really important points with what I think are very defensively solid displays. After starting his reign with a defeat against Oxford United on New Year's Day, Millwall boss Alex Neil has the Lions unbeaten in 3 games and has started to make his mark on the team only 1 month into the job. We had a very hectic period, when he came in first, so there wasn't much on grass time in terms of coaching patterns and tactics and structures that he wants to play with, but I think you can see our last couple of goals that they're coming through structured patterns that we've been working on since we had the chance. He's incredibly thorough, in terms of match prep. He knows exactly what he wants and how he wants us to play, and it's up to us to go and then implement that on the pitch. We've got a very diligent group in terms of implementing tactics and things like that. So I think it's a very positive start for him enough for us. Mill's resurgence has also been partly driven by youth. Mihailo Ivanovic, 20, scored the decisive goal in both games, including a stunning volley against Luton and a deft chip over the keeper against Portsmouth. Well, I think when you've got players coming in that are young, the senior players have to guide them and help them, and Bryan said. And they've been bought or signed for a reason, and he's showing that at the moment, and that's why he bought him, to put the ball in the net and run off, doing his little celebration. He started well, he's young. We don't want to put too much pressure on him, but, as long as he's scoring goals, we'll be happy with him. Both of the Serbs' goals were assisted by Rhys Bangor-Williams, who only made his first team debut 2 weeks ago. The 20-year-old is now a goal and 3 assists in 5 appearances and could have added to his tally early on against Pompey, but he missed a sitter in the 4th minute. He atoned for his miss later in the first half, threading a perfectly weighted pass through the defence for Ivanovic to run onto, which the striker converted into a goal. I think the most pleasing thing in that situation, he knows he should bury that goal. He was 2 yards out, and he misses it, but the mentality to pick himself up and take the ball, play a little 1-2 and then a lovely pass through, it was exactly what we want, We want players that are going to stand up and take the ball when it matters and make that killer pass. Mill will return to the Den this Saturday, where they will face fellow London outfit QPR. The Lions drew their last home game 2-2 after Cardiff City scored a 97-minute equaliser, and Bryan is determined to reverse his side's fortunes. I'll be desperate to get a win at the Den, and give the fans something to cheer at home, because we know it's been a tough season there so far. So we'll try our best, we'll see what happens on Saturday. So that is the ever-improving Joe Bryan. He looks like a different man than the last couple of games. Obviously, Alex Neil, man management, what's going on, but, he looks totally different. Looks fantastic, really. Good stuff. Talking of the QPR game, mentioned this the other day, Millwall Football Club is to host Jimmy's Day against Queen Park Rangers this Saturday for Jimmy Mizzen Cup. Millwall welcome Queen's Park Rangers at the Den in the Sky Bet Championship on Saturday afternoon. The kick-off at 3 p.m. and the visit with the Haas will see the club host the annual Jimmy's Day in memory of Jimmy Mizzen. On the 10th of May 2025, it will be 17 years since Lions fan Jimmy was tragically murdered in an unprovoked attack in Lee, London, aged just 16. Following his death, his family have dedicated their lives to working for peace in his memory. The Mizzens have since shared Jimmy's story in schools, churches, prisons and workplaces. Their message of forgiveness and peace and hope impacting the lives of countless people and inspiring many to build safer, more peaceful communities. The Lions and the Mizzen Foundation are proud to hold their annual day in SC16 and would like to thank the fans for their continued support towards this cause. Before kick-off, the Lions and QPR players will be wearing Mizzen Foundation t-shirts, as you can see here, to warm up in. Everyone at Millwall thanks the R's for their backing towards the event. Bucket collections will be held around the ground prior to kick-off at Saturday's game, while Barry Mizzen, husband of Margaret and father of Jimmy, will also address the crowd before the match gets underway. And if you want to find out more about the Mizzen Foundation, you can go to mizzenfoundation.org. Like I said, there's going to be a bucket collection, so if you're normally contactless, please do bring some, coins and stuff to put in the buckets. Thank you very much. Now, we're nearly there. We're going to finish now on this. Enjoy an evening with 4 former Millwall goalkeepers. Wow, what a night. Mill Community Trust, MCT, is hosting an evening with 4 former Lions number 1s this February to raise crucial funds for the MCT, taking place on Thursday the 27th of February in the Den's Harry's Bar. Hear from a quartet of Mill icons in Nicky Johns, Brian Horn, Brian King and Andy Marshall. As well as listening to untold stories, attendees will be able to meet and greet the former Lions in a casual and friendly environment. And it's from 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. So 2.5 hours. Tickets are on sale now, priced at just £10 for all ages, and that entry fee includes a meal of sausage, mashed potato, and onion gravy. There is a vegan option available, whilst paid bar facilities will also be available. All profits from the evening will go towards supporting the Mill Community Trust. The evening starts at 7 p.m. and runs until 9:30 p.m. with limited spaces available because obviously it's an Harry's Bar. So secure your seat before it's too late. What a night. What a night. Thursday the 27th. Nice. So there's a date for your diary. Check that out. An evening with 4 Lions number 1s. And on that note, thank you for watching. Goodbye. And I would suggest you come back tomorrow because I think it's going to be a big day tomorrow. Big day. Bye-bye.